What's up, guys? It's a surprise pop-up stream. I don't normally stream on Thursdays, but I got something working last night that was so cool that I was like, I think I want to do just a special little pop-up so I can have this as a VOD so that if I ever want to refer back to it or if anybody else wants to search for it. And I'm going to show you how I created timed events that make these sounds go off at specific times. For example, at noon, at 1, at 3, at 6, at 9. Now, obviously, we're not going to sit here for like 8 hours so I can show you how these things go off at those times. What we're going to do is we're going to hack it and we're going to look at the time. Like right now it's like 9:09. So we'll do is we'll set like the 1 o'clock to go off at like 9:15, then the next one at like 9:16, 9:17, 9:18. So like every minute one of these timed events will go off because we're going to hack it and change the time at which they should happen. And then once we're done, we're going to put everything back to the way it should be so that on those specific hours, we get this. You create a timed action, you have an interval, you have number of lines in chat, and then you can say if it's enabled or not, and you can say if you want it to repeat. So this is where I got confused because I came in here and I'm like, I want a timed action that happens at a certain time of the day. Why is that not in here? Well, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so check out what I'm doing in the actual code. I'm checking to see what the time is, okay? So the first thing is I use a command, okay, called let's set the time. So whenever this action runs, it's going to go get the value of the time in hours, minutes, and it's going to set it to the variable my time, okay? And then in each one of these if-else statements, this is logic, right? You can Streamerbot. So each one of these if-else statements, I'm doing an evaluation, and I have already set the value of my time, okay? So my time is equal to whatever the current time is whenever this action is executed. So let's say I just went and got the time right now. It's 9:26. So then I do a little if command and I say, if the time equals midnight, then I want you to do the action called 12 o'clock. And then continue, okay? And the reason I say continue is because I have a bunch of other if-else statements. All of these say continue, except for the very last one, which says break. Oh, it's supposed to. Yeah, it does, right down here. The very last one says break. That means that's the last check. You can just exit out. Once a minute, it's always going to update this variable, my time. So all day long, this action is firing every 60 seconds. And when it does fire, it's going to set the time to the variable. Then all these if statements are going to check. Hey, the time is this. Does it match any of these? Oh, it matches the 9 o'clock one. What am I supposed to do? Oh, well, if it matches the 9 o'clock one, you're supposed to play the action 9 o'clock. All right. So here's the experiment that we're going to do. It's currently 9:31. I'm going to change the PM ones. So I'm going to do the 12, the 13, the 15, the 18, and the 21. And I'm going to change them, the times, to be like a time that's about to happen. So it's 9:31. Let's start with 9:33. I think I can get these done in time for 9:33. So I'm going to start with the 12 o'clock. And instead of 12, I'm going to change it to, let's see, it's 9 p.m. I'm going to change it to 21:33. And then we're going to copy this. And now we're going to go to this one, and we're going to do 21:34. And so these times are about to happen. If you look at the clock up at the top right corner of my stream, it's about to change to 9:33. Now, when it changes to 9:33, the first sound, it's not going to be instant because we don't know when the time checker is actually going to check it. Even though the time has changed to 9:33, the check of the time hasn't fired yet. But somewhere in that minute from 9:33, before it changes to 9:34, the time checker is going to check it. And when it matches 21:33,
it's 12 o'clock.
It's going to say, oh, this is my time when I'm supposed to play. It says 12 o'clock. This is the time when I'm supposed to announce that it's 12 o'clock, all right? Say it takes about 15 or 20 seconds or so before the time check happens, and then it realizes, oh, it is 9:34. It's time to play the next sound. So we're going to wait for another couple seconds, and we should... There we go. And so as long as these bots are running and they have their little programs, their automated settings, then when the time is changing, then the things will happen that need to happen. Automatically type something in chat or play a song or whatever, but how do I make it happen at a certain time of the day? Well, this is how you can use timed action triggers in combination with your action that has logic to test the time, to know when it is the time to do a certain thing. Make sure you set your variable to be not persisted. So I guess it can be like updating all the time, and that will allow it to work. And I'll show you that here in just a second. I'm going to take this and put it at the top, and we're going to, instead of calling it my time, we're going to say test time, because we're going to do a little test. Because I did this at the beginning, because I was like, what about like 1 o'clock, or what about 9 o'clock at night? You know, what is that going to look like? So what we do is we're setting an argument to be test time, right? So then in the Twitch message, I can say 6 o'clock since it's, and then I can do % test time. And then what it should do is it should show me whatever the current time is, okay? So in my message, I added, since it's that time. So let's try executing the command 6 now, and let's see what we get in the chat. And see how it says 6 o'clock since it's, and the time says 21:42. So that's when I realized, oh, the current time is being measured in like military time, which is like 24-hour base time. So that's how I knew that when I wanted 9 p.m., I needed 2100 and not 9. So it's a way that you can just test out, you know, what does the time look like at a certain time? And like, let's say it's like in the first half of the day, in the AM, you could do the same thing and you would see it, all right? So I'm going to take that little thing that we did, and I'm going to just disable it. And I'm going to take my Twitch message, and I'm going to remove that extra stuff that we put on the end of it, because when this is working correctly, I don't want to see the actual time. I just want it to show 6 o'clock, okay? So now if I test that, I put everything back to the way it was. If I do 6, I just hear the sound and I see the chat and it just says 6 o'clock, and that's perfect. That's all I want to do. Okay, so that's pretty much the demo of what I want.